Hello, I am your Rusame reader, Crow Song, and today I will be reading to you from Shy Melody by Lexibox. Now, on to Chapter 4, Teasing. Three weeks later, Russia's POV. Another day like every other. The routine continues. Morning, school, home, studying, sleeping. America and I are only together during school, since he doesn't really hang out as he's a loner, after all. He also has anxiety of other people, and I won't force him into something that makes him uncomfortable. I'm just happy to be able to see him anyways. He's the reason I'm not getting bored of this routine once again, like I did before in my middle school. Today was Thursday, a normal day like every other. At least, I thought. But I was seriously wrong. In a good way. I went to the school with Germany, later on saying goodbye to him once again. I was going to open my locker, put some stuff into there, and then leave for my class. However, I closed the locker door, and a very familiar voice spoke to me. "Good morning, Russ." I realized it was May. I turned my head to look at him and say hi, but what I saw just left me in a blush once again. He was leaning against some other walker, looking at me with his sunglasses that were not covering his eyes. That's rare. However, that was not the thing that made me blush like an idiot. He had the clothes he bought when we were at the mall together. The ones that made me look at his body nonstop. He was smiling at me, waiting for my reaction, also holding one of his hips. I stared at him, without knowing what to do. He looked good. "Russia, are you okay?" He giggled a little and moved his hand in front of my face to see if I was okay. I nodded that I am, but I still blushed a lot and couldn't stop looking at him. Did he do that on purpose? "Why are you looking at me like that?" He giggled once again. "It's not like you haven't seen me in this outfit before." "May, you know how it was last time when you had it on." I blushed even more and looked away somewhere to stop myself from blushing at least a little bit. "Oh, I see. Glad you like it, though." He was giggling once again. I really wonder if he wanted to tease me just by doing this. "Alright, I'm going to class, Russ. If you need me, you know where to find me." Then he walked away, ignoring everyone who stared at him and just minding his own business. I was trying my best not to look at his body, but it was impossible. I went to my own class and met with Canada and the others. I didn't tell them what happened, but I'm sure Canada knew something. I didn't really want to ask him about it, but I was thinking about how to get back at him. I want to tease him a little bit, since that's what he did to me. I then remembered that we have PE classes with the third years every Tuesday and Thursday. I usually don't do the sports at school, since it's just boring and I always have a way to not do the sports. However, this time, maybe I can give it a chance. My body's not the worst. It's not feminine like a May's, but it's more muscular like my dad's. I'm going to use that to my advantage today. The others and I went out of the class, and when fifth period began, I was walking with Canada towards the changing rooms with my PE stuff this time. He was seriously confused to see me with stuff on the sports day. Hey, Russia? Are you okay today? It's not like we see you do sports stuff that often. Oh, don't mind it. You have some dirty plans, don't you? He smirked a little. Maybe. You'll see. Okay. We then walked into the changing rooms. Amay and some other boys from his class were already there too. When he saw me, he froze for a little. He didn't have a shirt on and was really confused on why I'm not absent today. Russ, what are you doing here today? You never do sports with us. Yeah, I wanted some change. I smirked to give him a clue about what exactly I was doing. Canada went off, minding his own business, talking to other boys. Meanwhile, I was busy changing my clothes. First, I took off my ushanka, revealing my fluffy hair for the first time, and then I took off my shirt. America's POV. We were in the changing rooms, me and others from my class. Some were missing because they were lazy and don't want to do anything. I am in a good mood today because I'm happy I can do sports this time. I was teasing Russia before, and it was hella sweet how he reacted. I'll do something like that again soon. I like teasing him for some reason. While I was changing my shirt, I saw Canada and Russia come into the room. I couldn't believe my eyes. Russia? Sports? How? He never liked it. He always was absent. I asked him, and he just said he wanted a change. Sounds sneaky. He also smirked a little. Now I was rethinking why he was really here today. I'd rather I don't think about that and put on my PE shirt. Then I looked at Russia again, and I couldn't get my eyes off of him. He had this hella muscular body, like I always imagined. Abs, muscles, just everything. He looked so good, and his hair was fluffy. I wanted to touch it. I've never seen his hair without the Ushanka before, so this is new. I couldn't get my eyes off of him. He looks amazing. Everything okay, Amay? Yeah, I just. Never mind. I looked away, blushing like an idiot. Wasn't that the thing Russia did when he saw me in the clothes as well? Was he teasing me like I was teasing him? All the thoughts came through my mind, and I couldn't get them away. Then I looked at him again, with one eye, but this time he was smiling. It gave me comfort and happiness. And it was sweet. I smiled at him, with blush still visible on my face, and went out of the room to let him get changed. I don't need to see everything, after all. We had some exercises once again. running, jumping through stuff, and all those exercises you usually do in PE. I had fun doing the exercises since I really like sports, especially jumping. Russia, on the other hand, had a great body, but not that much energy. He was already sweating a lot. He had sweat mainly on his forehead and chest, and I blushed once again, losing focus on everything around me. Then Canada bumped into me, getting me out of the trance I was in. Bro, stop staring at the hot man. Canada, stop! I tried to close his mouth, blushing again. Come on, don't act like you're not teasing each other today. It's cute. I just looked at him with shock in my face, turned away, and blushed so much that I was like a tomato. Then our PE class finally ended. Only 1 hour to spare. This time, I tried my best not to look at Russia, changing clothes to avoid blushing the whole time for me. And then Russia tried avoiding looking at me when I was back in my clothes. We both said goodbye to each other and went to our classes for our last period. I wanted to walk home with him today, so I'll surprise him later. I know he lives right next to the school, but I really want him to walk home with me today. At least until the bus stop. When our classes ended, I went to change my shoes, same with Russia. Then, when I was done, I secretly watched him walk away. He didn't even wait for Germany, just went straight out of the school. I quickly ran towards him and jumped at him from the back. Russ! Wait, oh god, you almost killed me. He looked at me, giggling. Did something happen? No, I just wanted to ask you if you won't walk with me today. At least until the bus stop. I was nervous since I felt like I was asking him for, never mind. Sure, May. What can I do anyway? He smiled at me and walked in the direction where the bus stop was. My face just lit up and I was running towards him to actually get to him. He was a faster walker after all. We talked about a lot of stuff again, and then, without us realizing, we were already at the bus stop. I wanted to ask Russia if he was teasing me at PE today and stuff, but I was shy, like I always am. He, however, can see it on me when I want to ask something, or when something is wrong. So he asked me right away. Something you want to ask him, eh? Yeah, today at PE. Why did you actually do sports? You are always absent, and I have some thoughts in mind, and It was to tease you a little. He smirked a little, and I looked at him. So, it was what he was doing. I see, it was for me wearing these clothes, huh? After all, you know how much I can blush when I see you in it, so I wanted to show you how it feels. Russia, stop! I already know how it feels, don't worry. Just seeing you without a shirt is new and all. You have a nice body. Thanks, and what do you mean by you know how it feels? I blushed. Did I just expose myself for looking at him way too often and blushing almost every time? It's nothing, Russ. Really, don't mind it, okay? Also, Russ? Yes? Can I touch your hair? I smirked at him. He knew himself his hair was fluffy, and I'm sure he expected at some point I would want to touch it. What can I do with you, May? He smiled and put down his ushanka, revealing his fluffy hair once again. I couldn't resist it. I touched it. It was so fluffy! It was visible in my face that I really liked it. Meanwhile, it was visible in Rush's face that he was blushing and smiling once again. Then he giggled. What is it, Russ? It's just... It's cute how you like my hair. Like a little boy. I blushed and stopped touching his hair. However, it doesn't mean I won't do it again next time. I already saw my bus coming towards us. I had no idea where my brother was, but I'm sure he'll get home somehow. He always does. All right, Russ. I'm going. See you tomorrow. I smiled at him and went into the bus door, but Russia grabbed my hand and wanted to tell me something. Sorry for grabbing you all of a sudden. Just wanted to tell you that you're not a shy boy anymore, are you? Teasing, once again. Of course I am, just not around you. I smiled at him, and he smiled back. Then he let me go, and we parted ways. We will always see each other tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. But I miss him already. I just want it to be Friday already. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you've enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join our Discord, which is linked down in the description below. With that being said, I hope you have a nice to your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.